Hi everyone. I just wanted to give you an update on Mr. J, how he's doing, and how things have actually gone over the first 3 days post CCL surgery. You've probably watched hopefully my video on day 1 when we got him home. He couldn't stand up obviously on his own. The problem was that he wanted to go outside for a wee. That was the biggest problem. If you want to know a recap on day 1, there's a video. Day 2, yesterday, he was feeling much more his normal self. His eyes looked perkier. The problem at that stage was the fact that he wanted to try to get up and move around a lot. He was anxious. I think probably obviously couldn't understand why his legs suddenly hurt. Didn't understand why he was struggling to move around. He'd slept for 2 solid days, day before the surgery because of the sedatives, and day of the surgery obviously. So he was full of energy, especially mentally. So keeping him still was the problem yesterday. Thankfully, as of yesterday, he was eating and drinking completely normally. Drinking water was a bonus because the first day back he wouldn't drink any water at all, wouldn't touch it. And for anybody with a Central Asian Shepherd, they know how much water they drink. So that was concerning. So thankfully relieved, he is eating normal and drinking normal. He was ravenous yesterday. And I have read they do need extra calories while they are healing because the body burns through a lot while it's repairing itself. So he's been on a pretty hardcore diet for the last 2 months before the surgery just to get any excess weight I possibly could off of him. So I don't want to overfeed him, even though he probably could use it post-surgery. So I just kind of went back to giving him 2 full meals. He gets fed raw food, which is a bonus because it makes it very, very easy to stick the 11 pills that he has to take inside the meat and just kind of tuck it into like a meatball form and down the hatch they go. So I would tip, if you have a dog that eats dry food during this period when you've got to medicate them, you know, maybe think about canned food, or if you can tolerate it, raw food, or even just get yourself a packet of minced beef, even if it's just for getting the pills down their throat and they're still eating their normal dry kibbles the rest of the time. Only other tips I have on day 2, it was really just exhaustion. Be prepared to be tired. It is like having a toddler in the house again, where you cannot take your eyes off of them for 5 minutes. If I got up and went to my kitchen to grab a drink of water, I would suddenly turn around, come back in my lounge. He had stood up, he was trying to go outside by himself, and it's like, just sit down, sit still. That's what I spent my entire day doing, and my entire evening doing. And because he's so awake, and I think still slightly was in pain, the last 2 nights have been like 0 sleep, because I've been on my couch, he's been on the floor right next to me, but he's been literally just like a high-pitched whimper all night long. And I don't know, mother, father probably doesn't matter, but it pains your heart. So be prepared to be tired. Thankfully my partner came last night and gave me a rest, so he stayed down here and I went to my bed and got a full night's sleep, so I am feeling much better today, which is good. Both are. Day 3 today, again eating, drinking normally. He is not trying to move around as much as he did yesterday, which I am thoroughly relieved. I'm not spending my day chasing him around, although we are still in like morning, afternoon nap mode. He does come out of that usually around 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, so we'll see if maybe he just tuckered himself out yesterday and we'll have a nice quiet sleepy day, or if he will go bing and his brain turns on and goes, oh, it's dinner and walkie time, and I have to go, no it's not. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Tips. I'll show you his wound in a second, just so that again, as the days progress, you can have an idea of what's normal. He had huge amounts of swelling yesterday. That caused me to panic and call the vet, send him photographs. I mean, it was like literally a tennis ball size on the inside of the knee here. Suddenly just went woo. I didn't want to initially touch it, but the vet asked me to, and it was just very soft and squishy, so we determined he hadn't broken the bone. Trying to stand up, lifting his 98-kilogram bum in the air. That was my fear, was that maybe the bone snapped. It's just swelling, so expect swelling. I did, but I didn't realize it would be like kind of disformed, weird looking. I just kind of expected the whole leg to look like a lamb chop or a ham hock. But we won't, don't worry. The sutures, he has dissolvable ones, so they're all on the inside, which is why he doesn't have a wrap or a cone. He's not a licker, so I'm not really concerned. I've only caught him maybe 2 or 3 times trying to take a lick at it, but he's not interested. So I'm relieved with that one, because trying to put a cone big enough on this thing is going to be hard to find an Elizabethan color, or the vet had said if we did feel we needed to get one, to get the blow up ones that are more like an inner tube ring versus the ones that are like that, because he is just so long. The cone would have to be huge in order for him not to be able to completely turn himself around and get to it. I will show you the wound in a minute, just at the end of the video. The only other tip I have for you guys, if you've got, especially if you've got big heavy dogs like this, somebody had left my lounge door open, and this little bugger decided he had suddenly had a shot. He's used to being in my front room where my main windows are, and that's why he is not there. I don't want him barking and seeing things, but he's desperate to try to get back up there. The problem is that for him to get there, he's got to go over my wooden flooring. My kitchen and my hallway are wood floors, and it's laminate, so it's slippery. And he just about completely, just by putting 2-3 paws on it, oh, he's only got 3 paws on the floor, went, and I just caught him in time. Screamed, ran, grabbed him. My back is killing me today. But I caught him just before he splayed out, and it's a normal size hallway, so his injured leg would have whammed right into the wall. He would have been screaming. He was panicking because he realized he suddenly was slipping, because he couldn't balance himself on 3 legs on a slippery floor. So if you have wood floors, do not let your dog, after the surgery, walk on them. You're gonna need to get some rubber non-stick rugs and put them down anywhere he's going to be walking, if that's all you have through your house. Otherwise, you need to quarantine them off to a room that is carpet. That's pretty much all I can think of. I will show you the wound so you know what to expect on day 3. So, everyone has, I think, seen the leg previously. So the wound, the swelling was originally very bad here. It is fine now, don't worry. It has gone down quite a bit, but as you can see underneath, I don't want to move him around too much, he does have quite a bit of bruising coming through, and his pink skin doesn't help hide that fact, but otherwise he does look much better. So yeah, that's kind of it, and I will keep you guys all updated as we progress over the next couple of days. I'll probably give it maybe 2 or 3 days before I do another video and let you know how he's actually doing and if I have any further tips for you. Cheers. Bye.